without learning is a sad life, because that means that you remain stuck at the ideas, the concepts, the insights you've had for the past maybe 30 or 20 years, depending on when you learn that particular insight.
Hi there, and welcome to another edition of the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ocran. The Springboard Hangout, as you know, is the fungicative program where we have fun and talk about the issues that concern us in life. The Springboard Hangout is an initiative of the Springboard Roadshow Foundation in partnership with the Mastercard Foundation. Today, it's a different case altogether on the Hangout because your lovely host, whom you've known all these years, asking the questions and impacting thousands of young people in Ghana and across the globe, gets to be in the guest seat today. And in a few minutes, I'll tell you more about that. But a few weeks ago, Lady Comfort Ocran celebrated her 60th birthday. And in celebration of this milestone, she outdoored 3 books, that is, with her husband, outdoored 3 books that they have co-authored. But for the purpose of today's discussion, we will be focusing our attention on a collection of poems by Comfort Ocran titled Planted by the Rivers of Water. My name is Jackie Hansen. If you love a good conversation, please do not touch that dial. When we back, there's more.
Hi, this is Albert, and it's just a joy to present on behalf of Comfort and I our latest, hottest, and freshest book number 29, and it's on 10 times better. For the past year or so, we've been reflecting on this topic through various seminars, interactions, coaching sessions, and the whole idea is for an individual to dare to become 10 times better in a year using the Daniel principle. And just because success cannot be achieved overnight, we've broken down the ideas into 366 ideas or tips that you can use one day at a time to transform your life in a year. I'm very impressed by the number of corporate executives, individuals, leaders that have reached out, students that have reached out since the book came out and procured copies, sometimes more than one, to give out to their friends. The whole idea is this: we just have to rise together. So this is your chance, this is your moment. Get this book, 10 times better by Albert and Comfort Ocran. Read it one day at a time. Take your time, digest the ideas, and let's see you rise all the way to the top. You can call 024 9999000 and get your copy for 250 Ghana cedis and allow it to inspire you, challenge you, and let's get testimonies about how this book has been a blessing to you. Thank you, and God richly bless
you. Ladies and gentlemen, before the break, I told you that the one you've known as host of the Springboard Hangout with Comfort Ocran is the guest for today. So please help me welcome the super phenomenal Lady Comfort Ocran.
Thank you for having me today.
On your show.
On my show.
You're welcome.
When I was coming to sit in my regular seat, and I was like, no, I was told, today.
Not today. But I just say you look amazing.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And
Thank you.
60 years? You don't look a day above 40. Tell us.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
I guess my secret is God. I mean, it's beautiful, or should I say, it's amazing celebrating or asking God every day to take care of stuff, and it's made it interesting. It's made it more enjoyable for me personally. I don't know about others, but I enjoy my life, and I enjoy the routines that I go through every day. When people ask me, so how do you feel? I'm
exactly, I was going to ask.
I don't know. I'm feeling the same I felt when I was 18, that the world is a stage for me and I can do anything I want to do when I choose to do it.
Congratulations on this milestone.
Thank you.
I pray, if I ever wrote a note to God, I'll tell him, when I get to 60 years, she'll just give me this grace to look this good.
You
at
have
60.
to.
Yeah.
And you do it and even more. You'll be surprised. Yes,
Amen.
you do it.
Amen. Now let's talk about this book, Planted
Wow.
by the Rivers of Water. But for those of you who don't know, our dear Lady Comfort with her husband, Reverend Albert Ocran, have co-authored 26 best-selling books. And here is another collection.
So technically now we're at 29, sorry.
29
No.
best-selling books. So really, this business of writing and publishing books is not new to you.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I think since 2010,
Yeah.
we've been printing books for some time. We went on a hiatus for the past, should I say, 9 years or so. No, about 6 years now. But so we are back.
You're back with a bang. Yeah, welcome back once again. So this book,
Yeah.
Planted by the Rivers of Water. Why this time? Because we've known you to be publishing books on self-development, improvement and all. But this time, and leadership as well.
Yeah.
But this time, this is different.
Yeah.
What's so special about this book?
Well, sometimes God has graced me where I write. I mean, I'm sitting there and some words come in a poetic form, and then I pen it down. And every now and then I put it out either on my social media page or something, and the comments that I get. When we started the new wine, when we were asked to take up the new wine church, ICGC New Wine Temple, we started a newsletter as a way of keeping the family informed and involved about things that are going on in that church. So as part of that, I started writing for the newsletter. Now, church members were like, this thing, you have to put it in a book. You have to put it in a book. And so when my 60th drew near, I was like, okay, so if I'm putting it, what should I do to commemorate it? I wanted something that would signify that indeed it's a great milestone. So I said, well, let me go to I have a file that I just call poems. Let me go to my file. I had over 100 poems. Yes. And I was like, okay, do I do 100 plus? But based on the programming that we wanted to do for to celebrate the 60th birthday, we decided to select the 60 poems to mark it. And I say that when I was thinking about what am I celebrating for 60, and I was walking on my Legon campus, you know how I do my walk.
Yeah.
So I was on Legon campus and I was walking beside Commonwealth. As I journeyed down the path near the tennis court, the idea came to me because I've been wondering, sometimes people seem as if when you hit 60, that's the end of the road for you. So I was thinking in my head, I don't feel a day after 50. I mean, I don't even feel a day after 30. Right. So why is this the end of the road? And I was thinking, and then the concept of the fact that God never talks about the end. He always talks about contributing to society. And so the idea about being planted, it just hits me like that. The theme should be planted by the waters, planted by the rivers of waters. And this goes back to Psalm 1, where from verse 3, they shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, who gives us its fruit in the season, and whatsoever she does shall prosper. Me, when I'm reading the Bible, where's a he is a she? So, yeah. So I said, yes. I mean, this is me. So yes, I said, okay, so the whole theme for the program, for the celebration, is planted by the river. So everything that we did, we said it was planted by the rivers of water. And so when I took the 60 poems, I said, okay, so what will this collection of poems be? And I said, well, it is planted by the rivers of water.
Absolutely. Now, so for this book, Planted by the Rivers of Water, I see that it explores themes on faith, joy, laughter, pain, loss, gratitude, life, and purpose. What has the journey been like? 60 years.
There are two ways to look at it. To look at it from the God point of view, he says that it's like a flash in the pan. So one day you were crawling on the floor. The next day, now you are um, talking to people in significant places in life. That's what 60 years is like. And it's been a journey that has both the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I felt that if somebody talks about good only, it's not possible. That's not life. That is not real. That is in the storybooks, or it's in films where only good things happen. So I decided that let me talk about everything, the journey, how the journey has been, the good, the bad, the ugly, and then the good. Because for me, it must always end with good. It must always end with hope. So you notice that some of the poems, even when I am a bit dark, I always try to put in a sliver of happiness, a sliver of joy, as something that points to the fact that there should be a turn around the corner if you stick at it long enough.
Yeah. Beautiful. I have a lot of admiration for people who are able to write, pour their emotions out into writing, so that when you're reading, you feel like, oh, she's telling my story. Oh, I can relate to this. And so for you, I just want to find out, of course, you have that grace. I think writing is a gift, don't you agree?
It is. I believe it's a gift, and I'm very, very, very grateful to God that He gave me that gift. I mean, when I was sitting down, I think recently something happened, and the words started coming, and I was writing again, and I was like, God, I'm very grateful for this gift. It's something that some people don't, but I'm grateful that you chose to give me this beautiful gift that I can pour out my frustrations on book, on paper, and nobody.
So in this collection of poems, is there a particular poem where you struggled to write in the book?
When the concept drops, I need to roll it out before I stop. So I can't say I struggle to write any of them. I mean, I start and then I finish or near finish. Maybe I come back to it in about 2 weeks' time, and then I add some 1 or 2 lines to it. But maybe we could talk about the part, the poem that is called Abundance. Abundance, I wanted to showcase that abundance is not, when Bible says that I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. It's not a unidimensional blessing. It's a multi-dimensional blessing. And so I would finish a part and then say, oh, it's done. And then another aspect comes, and I was like, so I kept adding on and adding on. So it wasn't that I struggled, but it was more of different dimensions of abundance was made available or opened to me. So it increased the abundance. So in the end, we had 4 parts abundance, and it was great.
One thing more that I realized in the book is how the various chapters are built on faith and all the other themes. But I want us to look at faith in particular. In one of the poems when I was reading, I noticed that it was actually talking about the story of Joseph.
Yes.
I started reading, I felt like, no, it feels like I know the story somewhere. But you have a way of weaving personal experiences in it, so that it's not the exact Joseph story you would read in Genesis, but it has a bit of Comfort Ocran.
Yeah.
It has a bit of her talent woven and laced all through it. But tell me, what role has faith played in your journey of 60 years getting to this point?
I won't be here without faith. Everything I've been able to do, everybody I've been able to touch, every concept I've been able to develop, it has been because of faith. Without faith, there's no me. Without God, there's no Comfort Ocran. There's no story. There's no person. There's no Comfort Ocran. Period. It has not just formed me, but it has also guided and also ensured that my outlook goes through that particular focus and helps me do well. I mean, I remember one day I was reading my Bible and I just realized that many, many years when we talked about the sacrifice of Abraham, it has been spoken from the perspective of Abraham, where he went to sacrifice his son Isaac. But can you imagine, as a 13-year-old boy, Isaac had all his senses around him. And that guy, Daddy says, let's go, and where's the lamb? Daddy says, oh, Charlie, don't forget for it to come, don't worry. And then you get there and they start tying you up. You've seen Daddy sacrificing before, so you know how he does it. The fact that he has to tie the sheep up. And so technically, I am the sheep. Charlie, what would you do? I would run away. But that guy stayed. And they lifted him and put him on the altar, and sees Daddy lifting up his knife, and he's still standing there. Tell I go wriggle. I go do something. I go shout something. But Isaac didn't. And for me, that was a miracle. And if you look at the fact that many years on, Isaac, because he has seen that faith, he has seen that worship firsthand, was able to stay in that land when everybody was leaving the land. God tells him that, Isaac, stay in this land and plant in the farming land. And he follows that direction. And because of that, he prospers and continues prospering until he became very prosperous. Bible gives me hope. Bible gives me perspective. Bible gives me the opportunity to look at time and say, even if it's not good now, because I believe it will be good at the right time, in the right place, how it should be.
Lovely. It's been just a few minutes and we've had so much, but it's been a rich conversation so far. And so, Lady C, tell me, it's been 60 years, that's 6 decades. For emphasis, 3 scores. What has surprised you most about the person you've become?
That's a tough one. What kind of person have I become? No, I'm asking you.
Okay, let me just remind you of something you once said. One time I heard you say that you are learning, or you've learned to give grace and to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I wondered, Lady C is how old? And she's now learned this. So it means that you never even stop learning.
Yeah.
Is this something you can refer to?
Life without learning is a sad life. Because that means that you remain stuck at the ideas, the concepts, the insights you've had for the past maybe 30 or 20 years, depending on when you learn that particular insight. But every single day, there's something new that you can grab, something new that you can wrap your mind about. And that helps you remain curious. That helps you remain interested in what is going around you. Just a few days ago, I was walking on Legon.
The infamous Legon campus.
Yes, walking on Legon campus with my son. And we were looking, whilst we were chatting, we were talking about different concepts. And then so he asked me, so what's new for you? Because it was almost, and I was like, I was there sitting, just thinking, without something, a new concept dropped in my mind. It was so big that I just could not believe it. And it's a serious departure from what we have been doing so far, at least as a Springboard Roadshow Foundation. I'm still stewing in it. But when it finally gets unveiled, I'll be like, I know I'll be shocked with the outcome.
Will you bring me on board?
Oh, possibly, yes. But so that's what happens if you are curious. Then what's a new level? What else can I do? So for me, being 60, it's time to learn something. It's time to do something. It's time to enjoy life again more, but more. Because technically, yeah, so I enjoy life more.
Yeah, I agree. So one of the chapters of the book talks about strategy. And I think the first poem I read under strategy had to talk about you leaving Accra on an African World Airlines flight to Tamale. And the ending part of the book talks about the courage to dare, the courage to dream or begin again.
Yeah.
There's this thing about starting, beginning an initiative. And for you, well, from where I sit, I feel like, oh, Lady C got this. She can do anything. She can start this. She can. But what is in the courage to begin? Because sometimes taking that bold step can be
inundating.
Yeah, it can be inundating. So, what is it in beginning courage? That courage. How do you gather that courage to say that I want to start this initiative? I mean, watch it blossom and become all that you dreamt of it to become.
Everything begins with an idea, and it's actualized by pursuing that idea. Sometimes because of possible knots in the road, we choose to stay back and say, I don't have the wherewithal to do it. We were here during Ghana Grows, and you saw how at the end of year one, we were not meeting our targets. In fact, we were so far from the targets, we were like, something has got to give.
The nostalgia. Ghana Grows. Yeah.
Exactly. But we had to sit down and say, okay, so how do we do this? And then this person brings an idea, this person brings an idea, this person brings an idea. It's okay, so let's pursue it this way. It is that iteration. It is that idea of brainstorm. It's a concept of saying, what do we ultimately want to achieve, and what would be the best route to use to achieve that goal? That is what makes the difference. So when the ideas were coming to me on that particular flight, and I was writing them down, I was thinking more of an organization that had gone past its mission or had deviated completely from its mission. And how do they get back? You can only get back by sitting down and saying, what went wrong? How did it go wrong? How bad is a deviation? And what do we need to redo? What ideas do we have to add? And based on that, we can be able to find our way back. You don't always get there at once you say, oh, yeah, we have done. Because sometimes changing the strategy is not that easy. But persistent and keeping at it day by day, measuring, seeing that, oh, we have come 2 minutes, the roundabout, we've done 2 minutes out of it. Oh, 4. Are we seeing any good news? Yes, we are. Okay, then let's keep at it a little at a time. You're able to do it. So technically for me, the poem talks about not just strategy, but the quest to ensure that you are able to drive a new direction and then monitor. Because originally, if we had been monitoring, you would see that the thing is not working. So monitoring is very, very important. Measuring where you are going makes a huge difference. Yes, mellify, making sure that everything is mellified at the exact point. Not just waiting till the end of the year. You will not be able to see what you're doing.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Lady C, you are a matriarch, you are a pathfinder, you are a trailblazer, and while at it, you are very phenomenal. For any young person who may be watching us right now and is finding it difficult navigating their life, you've done 60 years, you've been there, you've done that. What do you have to say to this person?
I'll give you 2 things. This book talks about the God factor, talks about reality in showcasing the cover diaries and how that was a very traumatic time in GH. Looks at strategy, has a look at the fact that we are Africans. So it talks about our African heritage, talks about mortality, and very importantly, talks about tomorrow, about worship. Now, if you are scared, thinking that I may not be able to do anything, I want to encourage you. God didn't bring you here because the person, God felt that, let me throw somebody down. No, God is very, very intentional, very, very deliberate. I remember once doing a roadshow in Wa, and we had gone there. We had finished a fantastic program, and I had gone to a radio station. I met this pastor. The pastor says that you're coming to my church this Sunday. I'm like, no, I have a flight. One of the children was celebrating the birthday on the next day, so I wanted to be in town. Yeah. I didn't want to be in Wa. I wanted to be in Accra. So I said, no, I'm going to Accra because my son is. He said, no, you're not going to Accra. You're coming to church. So I go to church and I depart from Wa at, let's say, about 11 o'clock. Instead of the 4 a.m. I had initially wanted to do. Now that implied I had to move my flight in Kumasi, the last flight, around 8 o'clock. No problem. I did that. The vehicle that I was using, we reach a particular point in the road. The vehicle stops, refuses to move. And this was a lonely stretch where there wasn't even the phone reception that I could call and say, look, my car is full. Then a truck, a distribution truck, passes by, stops by the yam seller by the road and chooses to buy yams. So I asked him that, oh, can I get a lift in your car? Wow. And the guy says, I'm going to Kumasi. And he says that, I don't know why I stopped here. Usually when I come to Wa and I'm going, I use another route. But something said, use this lane, use this path. And I used it, and here you are. Gets me all the way to Kumasi. I'm able to make my evening flight. If I had started at 4 o'clock, as I had initially said I would, the same car, 1.5 hours at 4, it will not be day. It will be in the night. When will I get a car to get to Kumasi? God had orchestrated it so that we would get the car within 5 minutes. He came. Took me to Kumasi. Look, there's nothing you cannot do. God has orchestrated your life, and you may not see it yet, but if you draw close to Him, He's able to make that life a beautiful one that you yourself you'll be shocked. So hey, as I say, you are loved, and believe that you are loved, and look forward to having love in your life. And as you exhibit love, guess what? God brings more love to you.
What an inspiring conversation this has been. And trust me, we could go on and on and on and on. But for anyone who wants a copy of Planted by the Rivers of Water, please contact 0249 999 000. And you can get a copy for yourself. And trust me, you will be inspired and blessed. It has been an amazing conversation, and it's been my utmost pleasure sitting down here and interviewing my boss. But thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the Mastercard Foundation. Thank you to the Springboard Roadshow Foundation, to the amazing team behind the scenes bringing this show to you. My name is Jackie Hansen, and until we come your way next time, know
that you are loved. In fact, you are blessed. You are the most important person in the whole wide world. We love you. Bye.